Welcome back, folks. We had a great introduction going on there. This is Todd, Baxter, Monroe County Sheriff at Rochester, New York. Monroe County Sheriff's Office of Police is a county of about 750,000 people in Rochester, New York. And man, we got some special things going on in Rochester, including the PGA Championship at Oak Hill, which we happen to have a great opportunity to do a podcast from this beautiful, luxurious place that the world is going to be watching. And we're here with some members of our Sheriff's Foundation. They're going to talk about our golf tournament, which is the prelude to the whole this idea of this podcast. But then we got Mr. Ron Pluta, runs the show here at the PGA for the PGA Champion. Your title would be what?
General Chairman.
General Chairman of the PGA Championship. So we kidnapped him about a minute ago. He didn't know he was going to do this. And we said, you're going to talk to us because we're cops and we make things happen like that. So Mr. Pluta, what an honor to be on the course. The PGA coming here. It's great to have you with us.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me sit down here. We actually happen to be overlooking the 13th hole, which is our signature hole here at Oak Hill. It's a par 5. We have construction is still going on, as you can hear in the background, hopefully. We're expecting over 220,000 spectators and people to be here walking the grounds. It's very unusual to have that kind of crowd out here, but it's a special week. We're told that there's going to be over 100 hours of television coverage this week. And I was talking to a couple of the Delaware North personnel that were out here. They're bringing in 80,000 hamburgers and hot dogs that they're going to be pushing out here.
There's a stat we didn't think about, right?
Over 100,000 bottles of water. So everybody's getting prepared for a big week, and we'll be building this out right up until Mother's Day, which is the 14th, and getting ready for the 15th, which starts the Champ Week. Next week, in the PGA world, they call that Advance Week, and they double up the number of personnel. Out here right now, there's quite a few people, but next week, it's really going to be doubled up. They got to get these things done.
Yeah. How about the weather, Ron?
The weather
we good?
Today,
we good? Did you guys order the good stuff?
I hope
today
I hope we have a week of weather like we have today, because it'll be really special. Weather. You can look, the trees are starting to leaf out, and it can't get more exciting than it is right now.
Literally, I mean, we worry about the weather, but this is a perfect time of year in Rochester, New York. When everything's just coming up, it's blooming, it's new, it's fresh, the lilacs, and you said the way this is going to put Rochester, on the map of the most pristine sporting event going on that week, right? The work you guys have been doing is utterly incredible, and for Rochester to be looked at again to hold the championship, that's something we can't just gloss over. I mean, they can go anywhere.
It's the big show.
It's huge.
They've come to this house again.
We look at it. This is Rochester, Monroe County. This is the Super Bowl for this area. To bring in a national sport like this, and it's going to be televised all over the world.
Right.
So everybody all over the world is going to be looking in Rochester, New York.
Yeah, and we're honored to have the General Chairman of the PGA with us. I just love that title. Did I mention that? I love that title. Jared, for folks that don't know you, you're just a good human being. You're a good person. You support so many other endeavors inside our community, including law enforcement. We really appreciate that. So thanks for joining us. We're going to banter a little bit back and forth and share a little bit.
Go ahead.
We got two members of the Sheriff's Foundation. The Sheriff's Foundation runs the second best golf tournament this year in Monroe County after the PGA Championship. And it's a fundraiser we do for the foundation. But Chris Hill, first of all, a little bit about yourself. You're a member of Oak Hill. Are you a member here?
I am, yes.
That's awesome.
It's an absolute honor and privilege to be able to play golf out here. Great history out here. And I'm a little bit of a hack golfer, but I enjoy the camaraderie. I really enjoy the game, and I love being part of the Sheriff's Foundation. And we've got that tournament coming up that you had referenced. So July 10th out at Midvale.
Yep.
And we invite members of the community to, we're a conduit, obviously, with the foundation to help support the Sheriff's Office. And it's going to be a great fundraiser to help buy your team dogs and drones and
training we can't get into and things like that. The foundation is designed to support law enforcement, all law enforcement, just not just the Sheriff's Office in Monroe County, with things that they can't get funded other ways, and whether it's through tax dollars or something like that. So you're buying officer safety equipment we use to find missing kids. This is real world stuff, and so thank you
Yeah.
you know, for what you do, and we'll talk more about your fundraiser here in a second because that's really why we're here. But man, we got Oak Hill, so let's talk about that.
Thanks for having us on, Sheriff.
Yeah, and then Dave Merrick. Most people in Monroe County probably know you, whether in law enforcement because they chased you around a few times, or
Yep,
you're a firefighter also. But I've been a board member for a long time, and so how about a little bit about yourself? And
Yeah, since 2011, been on the board. My dad used to work for the sheriff's office back in the days, so this has always been something that has been a privilege sitting on the board and helping the men and women of the sheriff's office to, like Chris said, raise funds for items that the taxpayers can't pay for, and it's been a fun run, and every year is our golf tournament, and it raises a lot of money to help fund some items that are not necessarily in the budget for you guys.
yeah, give the public an example of that right now. You know, we know wellness of a police officer. It's almost like a talking point now. Most police departments are taking care of their deputies or police officers better. There's a mental health drain just doing the job for 20, 25 years. There's a draw. But I've been teaching a leadership class to all our supervisors for the last couple of weeks, myself and the undersheriff, and there's an amazing statistic that we use that an average police officer dies at the age 57. Average death. I'm 57.
That's shocking.
That's shocking because I'm 57. It's insulting. But what happens is this job eats you up. This job will naturally eat you up if you let it. And some of the things that we need to do is take care of ourselves physically, spiritually, but also our mental health wellness. And you guys, the Sheriff's Foundation's put hundreds of thousands of dollars into taking care of our deputies here in Monroe County. We built the best wellness program with the support of this foundation that we couldn't do through tax dollars. We've hired 5 clinicians to embed them inside our organization, make them part of our culture. A therapy dog, if you will. Lots of retreat days where whole families can come out and work on their wellness as a family. That's what the foundation does. I just want to explain that. You can't just create those things without funding, and you can't always go to the taxpayer. But you're literally going to be saving the lives of cops. That's how I look at the work you're doing with the wellness. So,
well, and that's your leadership and your vision that put this in place. This health and wellness focus that, you know, it's still kind of in its nascent stages, I would say, in the last few years, but it's awesome to see this start to take off.
And you're now seeing police. Well, I appreciate you giving me a compliment on the vision, but last time I checked, I can't get anything done with my vision if I don't have dollars behind it. So I've checked it. I've tried to do it a few times.
Well, that's what we're
usually
about.
Needs to be a dollar, right?
I mean, to honestly, let people know that's it. The foundation is a conduit for citizens who want to support law enforcement.
What a blessing!
So they can make a tax-deductible donation to the Monroe County Sheriff's Foundation. We pass the money back through, and
100% of the contributions stayed with the sheriff's office.
Yeah,
so that's huge.
These guys don't make any money for all and the names on our foundation are pretty cool names. And these people are giving of their time all the time just to better our community through law enforcement. There's many ways you can help with the community, but this is the way you guys have chosen to do that. So, what a blessing!
The gyms were a great project too. You know, if we think back, obviously we like to try to forget that whole pandemic time frame, but. Remember when the gyms were closed?
Yeah.
And you know, where were people going to work out? So, you know, to be able to fix up all those gyms and repurpose, you know, those spaces and get everybody active and healthy and well, it's a great endeavor.
Yeah. So the Sheriff's Foundation Golf Tournament, our largest fundraiser.
Yes.
If you don't mind me saying again, the second best golf tournament in Monroe County this year, right?
Yep.
Obviously, Mr. Pluta, we're not, but. What other ways do we raise funds? Is there other ways people can support the foundation and help out your local police officers and deputies?
Yeah, I mean, every year we have a mailer that goes out to make a contribution to there. So if you're not a golfer, it doesn't mean you can't make a contribution that day. We're out at Midvale Country Club Monday, July 10th. We tee off at 12:30. It's an event that you know, it's just a great day of coming out, meeting sheriff deputies, you know,
seeing the specialized equipment is out there.
Seeing all the equipment. You guys do an awesome job bringing out the, you know, the bomb squad vehicles, the scuba, you know, all those different vehicles, and people get to understand what we're all about, what we do for you guys, and it's a fun day. We have, you know, first off, Midvale has a great course.
Right.
Not like Oak Hill, sorry, Ron, you know, but it's a fun day. They have some great food, and the people come out and enjoy themselves. And
we got a car sponsor this year.
Yeah.
Oh, who is it?
Who was it? It just came through the email. But
Hazelton.
Okay, so there's
For the
going to
hole in
be
one?
a
Hole in one.
car
Uh-oh.
up for grabs on
All right.
a par 3
There
out
you
there.
go. Here's your
Midvale.
opportunity.
So it's going to be awesome.
I can't wait to win that
Yeah,
car.
but he's going to try throwing the ball.
No,
he doesn't.
Mine will be an M4 with a light side on it, so I'm going to cheat a little if you don't mind. It's good to be the sheriff.
When somebody says to you, "Nice shot," it
Yeah,
means
right, right, thank
It
you.
means
It's
a little
just-
different.
Yeah. It's still the same principles, right? Hand-eye coordination, follow through. All these things are important to body mechanics, but just a different tool. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
It's just a different tool.
But that's this is our biggest fundraiser of the year, and this is actually going to be our 29th golf tournament. There's been 3 of them that we missed. Unfortunately, 2 of them were during COVID, and then way back in the days before I was involved in the foundation, they had to cancel it. So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And we sell it out. We
Yep.
fill it up with the foursomes, have a fun day. And Midvale always
How much
has
does
one
it
of the
cost to play?
foursomes $900. We have some corporate sponsorship levels. We've got everything on our website.
That's for you, the big sponsorship.
Monroe County Sheriff's Foundation.org. Is that the website?
Yep, Monroe County Sheriff's.
But
Foundation.org.
we've got anything from T signs for, I don't know, 100, 250 bucks, all the way up to high level. You can even, Sheriff, you've been so generous in the past. People can, get to, we've had some auction items where you do ride-alongs.
Yeah, we've done ride-alongs. Last one we did, we auctioned off a couple of really nice bottles of bourbon, and then my son, who's a bourbon aficionado, did a private class of what bourbon is, how you make bourbon, why is it legally bourbon in America, and we sipped some of those bourbons, and that went over.
That was a fun night.
That was a fun night.
That was a fun night.
That was a great
An
night.
interesting tidbit is the returning past chairman or tournament champion from last year in Southern Hills is Justin Thomas. He was a bourbon drinker.
I like him.
Oh wow!
I like him.
So
That's
Ron,
cool.
who's going to win out here? PGA Championship. So
Uh-oh.
coming up. Who's your guy? Who's your?
Now this may air that week, so there's a lot of pressure on this prediction right here. This is,
Oh, you're not going to get an answer out of me.
I should be a politician.
Off
That
the
was
air.
good.
In 13, Duffner was my guy going in. I'm
Oh,
an
really?
I'm an Auburn grad. He was an Auburn grad, and he came in. And if you remember back in 13, it rained that Friday. Greens were receptive.
Yep.
He shot a 63.
Through darts.
Ben Hogan had the course record of 64, and Jason Duffner took it out by 1 stroke, so he's 63. So let's see if Oak Hill's course record can stand up. What do you think?
This is a whole new course from 2013 and from 2019 when we had the senior PGA. This course, I would say 99% of the players have not played this course.
Think about that.
See, when I usually go to a golf club, I usually ask, what's the course record and where's the first tee, and I get ready to play. But do you think that the record's going to hold up here?
I hope it holds up.
And what's your over/under on the end of the week number?
We would like to see, I think, a single-digit under
Yeah.
number, maybe 8, 9.
Yeah.
That's good.
If you start getting double digits, then that means the course got kind of attacked pretty good.
Yeah.
It's always challenging. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenging course.
They
I
gotta keep it in the
can't wait to
fairway.
hear what the pros say about it because
say
it's
what-
all been
Revamped, right?
revamped and redone. So it'd be interesting to see what they say.
Yeah, tee box pulled back.
Creation of
and,
holes, right? Or
We made some holes longer and some difficult. A lot of trees have been taken down, so that gives the players a little bit more of an opportunity from the rough, maybe to go at the green. So it's a challenge, makes it a little bit different challenge.
yeah, puts it out there. Maybe I can go for this one.
Yeah.
That's great.
Sheriff, what do you guys have to do from your perspective, from a law enforcement perspective?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's bigger than Monroe County Sheriff's Office, but what can you share with us?
Well, we got primary jurisdiction here, so we're ultimately responsible for the safety and security plan, working hand in glove with the PGA. These guys are pros. Their security folks know what they're doing. They do this all the time, right?
Yeah.
And we support a golf tournament every few years here at this beautiful facility. But we do, everything from moving our whole patrol division to 12-hour shifts to make sure we have sufficient resources here on the course, outside the course, and of course our primary responsibility. You mentioned specialized teams. They're all here one way or another. They've all rehearsed multiple times, whether it's our drone units working with our state police helicopter for a critical incident occurs on the course, whether it's we're working with the fire departments and our rescue task force, God forbid someone's injured on the course, or even simple things like a lightning strike coming down or even a threat of lightning. What will we do to help evacuate the course if the PGA makes that call in conjunction with Oak Hill? So there's been literally over 12 months of prep and lots of
meetings.
Rehearsals, lots of training. We took it over the old golf course out in Penfield the other day and pretended it was Oak Hill and played some real bad scenarios out. And,
That's awesome.
just to get our footwork underneath us and our communications. We'll have a presence here very a very good uniform presence, just to make people feel comfortable and make them, if they lose a kid or something, you can go to a uniformed police officer almost at every hole and get the services you deserve. Let alone if God forbid something silly happens that someone might want to try and disrupt the place. These guys are good. I'm telling you, I've been part of football games. I've been part of the military. These guys run this like it. And I was going to compliment Ron. It's just, when I came on here today, I'm watching a military op. I'm watching the deployment of a unit going overseas. I'm watching the logistics, the personnel, the manpower studies that you have to do, the contingency plans. This is a military operation to get this going.
Yeah, I can say that the Sheriff's Department has been a wonderful partner moving into this, and we've been working on this for over a year. It's the PGA of America, their number one priority is keep the contestants safe and keep the spectators safe. And we feel that we have a great plan. The Sheriff's Department has put a great plan together, and they're going to see this right through. And you're right, to see the law enforcement here gives everybody a feel of security.
Right. And like I said, the PGA is, again, very good at it. But the state police are here full force with us. They've not turned down one request of resources. The Brighton Police Department, all the fire departments, Brighton Fire Department obviously, but North Greece has some assets up here and things like that because they're trained as this rescue task force. And so everybody's supporting us. There's no one in Monroe County that's not supporting us one way or another.
And don't forget the Pittsford Fire Department too there.
Absolutely.
Well, Ron, you referenced those numbers at the start of the talk here. I mean, the amount of people, the economic impact for Monroe County, the greater Rochester region, it's going to be really, really impressive. And Rochester and Oak Hill are going to shine. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun.
Early estimates are on the economic impact is $190 million. That is a huge number to bring into the county.
What's that compared to some of the other PGAs?
It's 2013, the numbers came back, it was 109 million from 2013, so it's almost doubled in 10 years, the effect. And it's we like to say that this is a community event. It just happens to be played here at Oak Hill, but it's for the whole community. It's not just an Oak Hill event. The other evening we had a kickoff for all the medical staff that are going to be volunteering that week. We've got over 200 and medical staff that they're representing University Medical Center and Rochester Regional Health. So we got everybody participating.
What's the total volunteer amount of?
We have 3,500 volunteers.
Holy cow, that's awesome.
That's our community right there. That's a testimony to our community.
It is. It's a testimony. We filled that in 7 days. Yeah. Those people, and they
love it. I'm a committee chair for one of the largest committees. I jokingly say, tea beverage. Nobody's going to be dehydrated on our watch, but. We've been doing the scheduling for the last few weeks. These people, they volunteered however long ago that was, a year ago or whatever, but they're pumped. We're getting emails all the time. They can't wait to get out here. And obviously, talk a little bit about Oak Hill's history with the tournaments. Is there any that we haven't done here?
This will be Oak Hill's 4th PGA Championship, dating back to 1980 when Jack Nicklaus won. So that was one of our highlights to have a name like Jack Nicklaus winning. That was his last PGA Championship that he won. Then he went on since then, and he won the Masters.
Had a Ryder Cup here, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a great experience.
So we've hosted several PGA of America events, and we've hosted also 2 senior PGA events. So we have a nice partnership with them.
You think about the footprint of this place too. I mean, this is not some off in the distance. You're not from Monroe County, or sometimes you probably even drive by because this is right in the heart of a community, right? This is Monroe Avenue's just over there. There's great neighborhoods just over here. I think that's a pretty cool feature too. I don't go traveling along a lot of great golf courses, but I think it's very unique that this is embedded into a very tight knit community with. They are part of this experience.
Do you know where it started?
I think it started at the U of R campus, right?
Correct, the River campus.
I read the signs out there.
The River campus. The River campus.
Yeah.
I love
the history of it's very cool, yeah.
I love history. I'm a big advocate, as you know, Sheriff, for downtown and rocking the Riverway, but the River campus is
Think
special
about that.
to my
Would
heart.
I didn't think about Chris, I didn't think about your connection with the River campus and Oak Hill now.
Well, I love it when I'm down there and I think back to, Oak Hill was down there.
Oak Hill,
it started out there however long ago, 100 whatever years when. But
1901.
1901, and it was George Eastman that had the vision for U of R there, and got together with the Oak Hill
Yeah, what are we gonna do with this
folks
golf course?
and said, hey, how about this little 2-for-1 out in Pittsford? He saw this land out here, did the trade, built the club, and well, the rest
think it was
is
a
a
pretty good deal.
storied history with a lot of laughs in between.
Yeah.
Mr. Pluta. I think it was a pretty good deal. I think that might be the T-shirt.
Yeah. But golf kind of started in Rochester, didn't it? I mean,
Right.
isn't CCR, Country Club of Rochester, the first golf club in America? Or
I think
one
they are.
of?
I think they are from the late 1800s.
It's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
the history is amazing. The volunteerism that we get
Yeah.
to put this tournament on, the cooperation and history that Oak Hill has with PGA of America.
It's
is,
beautiful.
It's top notch.
Yeah, you can't just gloss over it. This is world class coming to Rochester, New York. Only because we're able to do it, right? If you didn't, the course is one thing, but the people. You know, Dave, I just noticed if you're ever going to do like a trivia night with your family, bring Chris with you.
Oh, man.
There's a little there's a little knowledge inside. There's some data into it.
It's not just the looks.
We'll bring him for that too. It's always good.
I love it.
Absolutely, that's why we're here, to have fun. So what's been one of the biggest challenges? I mean, obviously you've been going through years of operational planning and the logistics and all that. Is there any hiccups that you've able to overcome and go, damn, we did it?
Yeah, a couple of the challenges. We're trying to find parking.
Yeah.
You know, we have, as I mentioned before, there's going to be a couple 100,000 spectators. So we have to get the spectators to the golf course
Right.
safely. And we've secured 2 lots. The RIT and MCC have graciously let us use their lots for all spectators will be parking there, and our volunteers will be parking there as well. And then we will bus them in. We have a 26 slip bus loop here above the which is now the merchandise, but the driving range.
Right.
And so spectators will be coming in and rolling in. Interesting thing this year, I don't know if you know this or not, but spectators' tickets, their ground tickets includes their food and beverage
I heard that.
for the week.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
You're here.
beer and alcohol is not included, but
Thank you.
but all of their food and beverage is included right in their ticket. So it's
What
gonna
if they
be-
eat a lot?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Can
an
they
interesting.
get all you
Yep.
want? Hot
You can-
dogs, burgers?
Yep,
Like you
or,
got like 1 or 2, or could you have 6?
Up to 2 at a
Okay.
time,
Okay.
and they call that a grab and go.
That's cool.
And
Great
in-
idea.
In the law enforcement, you don't like those terms,
Yeah, grab and go.
Grab and go.
But I do like the part that you're not giving away free drinks. So
but
makes your job easier at night.
so it should be an interesting,
different.
interesting to Delaware North out of Buffalo, New York. Yeah, this their patina division is they also service. I think they have to service the Buffalo Bills games as well. So it's going to be a really interesting concept, and they rolled it out last year in Tulsa, and it went over very well.
Did it?
Huh.
Less lines, I'm assuming, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
More efficiency. Yeah. I
We
just
gotta get a
love.
lot of people in here. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm loving all the noises behind it. I'm loving hearing the ratchets going. I'm loving watching people. This place is building right in front of it. We're doing
It's
this
wild.
podcast,
It's a
and
little-
it's
it's a
still
little
growing.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little town going
Way
on
more
right now.
customer experience tents than I saw before, right? There's
Yeah.
way more building of, and those are
Yes.
merchandise, but other
Well,
experiences.
the big one's the merchandise. The rest of it are concessions right behind
You got a
us.
bunch of corporate chalets
Yeah,
out
corporate
there as
chalets,
well.
Okay,
we have
yeah.
concession stands. They're building a viewing area right here, so it's the whole thing is
Yeah.
it's
A
amazing.
lot of planning going in
Yeah.
for all of 1 week, you know?
Next
Oh, yeah.
next week, if you're here, or the week after during the champ, I'll take you out and show you the broadcast compound.
Yeah.
We have 8 acres out there of just the broadcast trailers. They're going to have 600 people out there working.
Wow.
They have to feed them,
600.
and they're going to produce everything.
Right. That's a battalion, by the way.
And they made that, if I understand correctly, they brought that and made that little, I'll say, parking area special just for that.
Okay, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
amazing.
whole road out on the
Yeah.
West
Yeah.
Course. Let's not talk about that.
It's pretty.
I couldn't believe
Pretty
that.
much built a road, and then they graveled 8 acres.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one of the reasons why the PGA keeps going to come back, because you guys get it done. Yeah.
Yeah, not too many.
And the membership, right?
facilities
The
have
membership's got to
this. Right.
condone all this or
Right.
agree with it. I'm not a member of the club, but I can imagine that there's conversations like,
Why do we do this?
yeah, this is
Um,
phenomenal.
Well, it's part of the legacy, though.
Absolutely.
I mean, the membership
All the winners.
supports
But I
it. It's
You walk around that PGA Oak Hill and says, member, that's a whole different story. You
Yeah.
remember that? Wow, I watched that on TV.
But I
That's a
tell
cool
the
place.
members, they should be proud of
Absolutely.
what they're doing, and they're, they're giving up their golf course,
Thank
but
you.
it's giving it up to the community.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
giving it
just
up
going
to
to say
the
that.
community, and $180 million into the boosted in the arm of the
Yeah.
community is
Yeah.
no small task, especially coming out of COVID, and a lot of places were shut down, so it's really nice.
Good way to rebound. It's a
Yeah.
great way. Yeah. And the community is all involved, whether they're volunteering or they're getting tickets, and I know you're helping a lot of people out to have this opportunity and see this event and be
Right.
part of it that may not ever experience golf.
There's going to be people pouring in from all over the world.
But even from the
And the TV
in the
coverage
city,
is
I mean,
going to be
people
wild.
coming from
It's
the
gonna
city
be
and just
awesome coverage.
that may not ever think of playing golf. And
I guess there's 7,700 hotel rooms in the county area.
Yep.
And somebody just told me today that there's people they can't find a hotel room anywhere.
Or an Airbnb, or
Sold out.
nothing.
Everything is
everything.
sold out.
Every couch,
Every couch.
Yeah.
Restaurants,
Jay's Lounge by the pool,
hotels.
some guy in a sleeping bag with his caddy and bib on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got a spare room, you could probably.
Geez, you just get
Extra
you know
money.
what?
The best are going to be the stories that come out of this week. There's when these pros come in, it's they're world class, phenomenal athletes.
Yeah.
And, they really are right up there in terms of their abilities and big money. How much? What's the winner? What's the take?
I don't know what the winner's share is, but I believe the purse is somewhere between 16 and 18 million. Yeah, it's a pretty sizable.
It's a
It's
big
motivating.
day.
Yeah.
It's a big day at the office.
Yeah.
I need a couple offices. Listen, thanks for what a special guest. We literally, folks, just kidnapped him. You walked out here to say hello because that's the person he is. He's got a big operation, and we said, "Sit down,
Come join us.
sit down. We're using your facility." So, and Chris and Dave, what you do for the Sheriff's Foundation, thanks. I hope people realize who you guys are as human beings, but more importantly, what you do to help keep our community safe, keep our deputies well. Right now is the big push. And don't forget, we're also here to plug the second best golf tournament in Monroe County this year, and that's our foundation one out at Midvale. Great time. One thing I found most surprising when I became sheriff, because you guys have been doing it way before that, is it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm not a big golfer, but it's fun. It's a great event. You can appreciate good golfers when you see them, and you get to experience that with on a good course. But so people can support the Sheriff's Foundation. I would appreciate it, my deputies, but every police officer in Monroe County wins with this foundation. And Ron, any closing remarks? You're not predicting. Chris tried to get that out of you. We've seen that. How about, we always finish up with a little banter. It's called the No Miranda Zone. You're probably familiar with Miranda rights. You've seen them on TV.
Yeah.
You might have experienced them once. I don't know. You
I
have a
hope
right.
not.
You have a right there, mate. Just checking.
I got a little scared
That was
there for a
called,
second.
and the police would call it a leading question, so you passed that one. But no Miranda means you have to answer my questions. I'm the sheriff, so you have to answer. So I know Chris tried to get one out of you, and you won't tell us. But who's your favorite golfer? Who's been your personally the best experience you've had?
Well, if I had a favorite, I'd like there's several. Rory McIlroy, we would love to have him. He's a member of our club here, and if he won, that would be very special to our membership. Justin Spieth is another favorite that I'd like to see if he would win. That would complete his Grand Slam, which means he has won all 4 majors, and if he could finish up and win this is the only one he's missing. If he could win that here, so that would be pretty special. And I don't know, Ricky Fowler, his first major, if he could win it here, that would be nice.
You're not getting
players.
it.
Yeah.
Who's your guy? Who's your guy?
Come on, Chris.
Just not coming out.
Folks, this is what's called good cop, bad cop. Right? I'm a good cop. You got the bantering going, the badgering
So
going.
I'm not picking them to win, but those would be. I
picking them.
think they would be popular. Tiger, unfortunately, is not going to be able to make it and play. He had to do some reconstruction surgery, I guess, to his ankle. So
Would he ever come up and hang out? Watch the others play?
I don't believe he will be.
Play low.
There might be some VIPs hanging out. We don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. There might be.
Oh, there will be.
The sheriff.
There will be.
The sheriff's department's got to protect them.
We're busy.
My guy's John Daly. He's coming, right?
He's coming.
Yeah.
He's my guy. He's my guy.
Now, how do you say
You guys
he's
got
your
the
guy?
same personality. That's why
I
you
want
guys
him
are
to
out.
win. No, I actually hung out with him
Did you
last
really?
time he was in town, and couldn't hang. He's wild.
He's a great.
What a
1 hour in,
gentleman,
Chris
though.
was done.
That's what I've heard.
He's
I've heard
such
you
a
say that, just
gentleman. He's
nice
such a
human
gentleman.
being.
He's awesome.
Boy, his
He's a
personality
legend.
is bold. It's a bold.
It is.
Golfs.
Yeah. Doesn't care.
Yeah.
All past chairmen or all champions are invited to come back, so he is invited
That's
to play.
awesome.
He literally, he'll come up. All the other guys are taking it. They're stretching. They get their trainers with them, their dietitian. This guy literally rolls up to the first tee, laces them up and just grips it and rips it. It's awesome.
I think you missed the first part. He opens a beer first and then does it.
Now see, we got to edit. So, Dave, favorite golfer?
Let's see. I would like to see. I have a little. Back in 2013, Webb Simpson actually stayed at my house.
Yeah.
So I got a little.
Yeah, that personal connection.
Go Webb for him.
Right.
If not, Rory McIlroy, I would like to see him, and then Jordan Spieth. It would be cool to see him take it as well. So I guess those are my top three, I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
And then who's winning our golf tournament?
Well, every
Maybe
year,
you, Sheriff.
yeah, every year we do have some new winners, so it is fun.
Yeah.
So Monday, July 10th,
Thank you.
Midvale Country Club. You can go to MonroeCountySheriffsFoundation.org. You can sign up there. Like I said, if you're not a golfer, you can still do some kind of sponsorship.
Yep.
It's a big day for us to raise some big funds for the year. It really does help us to help the sheriff's office. So,
Thanks.
we're excited about it.
Yeah.
So, thanks for having us here today.
Absolutely. This is fantastic. What a spot to plug a golf tournament and kidnap someone that might be the general chairman of the PGA Championship. This is like the title. I had to get in it one more time. Forever known as. And in this facility, in this community, and hopefully people just enjoy a little bit more of what's behind the badge. And you guys are behind the badge. And you're part of our family. So thank you for everything you do.
Yeah.
God bless.
Thank you for what you do.
Amen,
Yep.
brother. And me. I get to choreograph the play. I got deputies that get it
And
done
thank
every
you
day.
guys for doing what you're doing to support him.
Thank you.
Yeah. Amen.
Thanks
And-
for doing this for the PGA.
Yeah.
All right, one more thanks, and we're out of here.
All right.
Thanks to this community. I think we've heard that many times. This community is stand up, whether it's a membership here, sacrificing, or it's community members volunteer by the thousands, or people giving up some traffic issues they might have, and just appreciating what's coming to Rochester, New York, the PGA Championship, and that's something to celebrate.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Till next week, folks. Thanks for joining us on Behind the Badge, and please be safe until we talk again.